C++ is an excellent high-level programming language that's used in a multitude of technologies. Everything from your favorite mobile app, console and PC game to entire operating systems are developed with C++ as the core, together with a collection of software development kits and custom libraries. C++ is the driving force behind most of what you use on a daily basis, which makes it a complex and extraordinarily powerful language to get to grips with. In this section, we look at how to install a C++ IDE and compiler on your computer. C++ is one of the most popular programming languages available today. Originally called C with classes, the language was renamed C++ in 1983. It's an extension of the original C language and is a general-purpose, object-oriented environment. Due to how complex the language can be and its power and performance, C++ is often used to develop games, programs, device drivers, and even entire operating systems. Dating back to 1979, the start of the golden era of home computing, C++, or rather C with classes, was the brainchild of Danish computer scientist Jan Strostrup while working on his PhD thesis. Strostrup's plan was to further the original C language, which was widely used since the early 70s. C++ proved to be popular among the developers of the 80s since it was a much easier environment to get to grips with, and more importantly, it was 99% compatible with the original C language. This meant that it could be used beyond the mainstream computing labs and by regular people who didn't have access to the mainframes and large computing data centers. C++ impact in the digital world is immense. Many of the programs, applications, games and even operating systems are coded using C++. For example, all of Adobe's major applications such as Photoshop, InDesign and so on are developed in C++. You will find that the browser you surf the internet, which is written in C++, as well as Windows 10, Microsoft Office, and the backbone to Google search engine. Apple's Mac OS is written largely in C++, with some other languages mixed in depending on the function, and the likes of NASA, SpaceX and even CERN use C++ for various applications, programs, controls and umpteen other computing tasks. C++ is also extremely efficient and performs well across the board, as well as being an easier addition to the core C language. This higher level of performance over other languages such as Python, Basic and such makes it an ideal development environment for modern computing, hence the aforementioned companies using it so widely. While Python is a great programming language to learn, C++ puts a developer in a much wider world of coding. By mastering the C++, you can find yourself developing code for the likes of Microsoft, Apple and so on. Generally, C++ developers enjoy a higher salary than programmers of some other languages, and due to its versatility, the C++ programmer can move between jobs and companies without the need to relearn anything specific. However, Python is an easier language to begin with. If you are completely new to programming, then we would recommend you begin with Python and spend some time getting to grips with programming structure and the many ways and means in which you find a solution to a problem through programming. Once you can happily power up your computer and whip out Python program with one hand tied behind your back, then move on to C++. Of course, there's nothing stopping you from jumping straight into C++. If you feel up to the task, go for it. Getting to use C++ is as easy as Python. All you need is the right set of tools in which to communicate with the computer in C++, and you can start your journey. A C++ IDE is free of charge. Even the immensely powerful Visual Studio from Microsoft is freely available to download and use. You can get into C++ from any operating system, be it Mac OS, Linux, Windows or even mobile platforms. Just like Python, to answer the question of why C++ is, the answer is because it's fast, efficient and developed by most of the applications you regularly use. It's cutting edge and a fantastic language to master.